Growing up in a deeply religious African community, going to church was more than a tradition. It was a way of life. Every Sunday, my family would wake up at dawn, dress in our best clothes, and head to the towering white church in the heart of our village. The pastor, Reverend Moses, was a charismatic leader loved by all. His sermons were fiery, his prayers commanding, and his reputation impeccable until the truth unraveled. It all started when a young woman named Adesuwa moved to our village. She was an orphan, soft-spoken and beautiful, with a mysterious past. The church embraced her, showering her with love and support. Reverend Moses, known for helping the needy, gave her a small house near the church. The congregation praised him, calling him God's servant. As time passed, whispers spread like wildfire. Some claimed to have seen Adesuwa visiting the pastor late at night. Others dismissed it as malicious gossip meant to tarnish the church's reputation. Reverend Moses is a married man of God, people argued. He wouldn't dare. Then came Elder Jonah, an old church elder known for his prophetic visions. One Sunday after service, he stood before the church, trembling as he spoke. "I have seen a darkness clouding this church. Evil walks among us, hiding behind the pulpit. Be vigilant, for the truth will reveal itself." His words caused a stir, but most dismissed him as senile. Reverend Moses prayed against spiritual attacks and commanded the congregation to fast for 7 days. One stormy night, fate intervened. I was walking home from my friend's house when I heard muffled cries coming from the church. My heart pounded as I crept closer, guided by dim candlelight flickering through the stained glass windows. Inside, I saw Reverend Moses kneeling before Adesuwa, not in prayer, but in a violent struggle. I froze, my breath caught in my throat. Adesuwa managed to break free and ran toward the door, colliding into me. Her face was bruised, her eyes wild with terror. "Help me," she cried. Before I could react, Reverend Moses emerged, his face twisted with rage. "You shouldn't be here," he hissed. Summoning every ounce of courage, I yelled for help. Villagers rushed to the scene, their faces etched with confusion and disbelief. Reverend Moses tried to spin the story, claiming Adesuwa was possessed and needed spiritual deliverance. But Adesuwa's tearful account shattered the facade. She revealed months of abuse, manipulation, and threats disguised as divine guidance. The congregation stood in stunned silence, their faith shaken to the core. The truth spread beyond the village, drawing the attention of the media. Reverend Moses was arrested, and the church was shut down indefinitely. Investigations uncovered more victims, women too afraid to speak out until now. I couldn't step foot in another church after that. The betrayal ran too deep. What was once a sacred place became a haunting memory of deceit and cruelty. Months passed, but healing came slowly. Some villagers found new churches, clinging to their faith despite the scandal. Others abandoned religion altogether, too broken to trust again. As for me, I chose to find God outside four walls, in the beauty of nature, in acts of kindness, and in quiet moments of reflection. The experience taught me that evil can wear a holy robe and that faith isn't confined to a building. Trust must be earned, not blindly given. And sometimes, the greatest spiritual awakening comes when you walk away from what was never truly sacred.